Oh my god!
What did I miss?
You didn't know what Hanukkah was.
Is
somehow.
that what it was? Oh yeah, and he knew
Yeah.
some random ass minor Jewish holiday. It was like I looked it up in like Google, like the most common Jewish holidays, and he was like number 20 or something like that. But he didn't know what Hanukkah
It
was.
was Purim.
Purim? Oh my god!
Yeah.
How do you know that off the top of your head?
Like, it's not my fault. You guys aren't cultured, all right?
You are listening to the Any Anime Podcast.
Get this party started.
Let's get it.
Can I quote Fergie for a second?
Yes.
Oh god.
I don't want to quote Fergie. She said she has said some. Okay, you know the song "Let's Get Started." Let's get it started.
Yeah.
It's not
Go on.
the original song, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
Yes, I do know what you're saying.
And back in the early 2000s, it was a cool thing to say. You know what I mean? Let's get. It's like, oh, dude, I'm right there with you, Ferg. Now in 2024, it's like, oh shit. Some people don't even remember that was the original song. Crazy. Some people don't even know who the Black Eyed Peas are. And what the hell is this, Angel? What did you post in the fucking channel?
It's the first thing I saw that popped up on Reddit. I had to post it in here.
Okay.
That's it.
Oh,
I don't even want to describe what you posted. That's how bad it is.
You'll have to watch it eventually, Kevin.
Eventually, you're right. And what that thing is,
this year actually.
I'll tell you this. All right, we watch any anime, regardless of whatever disturbing thumbnails and key art get posted.
you watch any top 20 anime.
Any top. Well, yeah. That's the fine print, Tanner. We don't say the fine print out loud. And what's a finer print than the name of the show? But hey, did we say the name of the show already?
No.
Technically I did. Guys, I'm telling you, I'm not functional. I'm not functional right now. Tanner, give us an acronym.
Arcane Alchemy Potion.
That's right.
Good shit. I like how fast
Right.
it came. That was good.
I like how fast I came after you said it. But
Man, you really are fried.
This is not whatever Tanner said. We're not that. This is the Any Anime Podcast, bringing you the freshest, raddest anime content on the internet, and no one can dispute that. That is factual until proven otherwise. I think it's kind of impossible to prove otherwise. You know, like what's your metric going to be? It's all subjective. All right.
That's right, Kevin. You're right.
And you know who else is right? We got Mr. Cade. He's almost always
I'm
right.
always right.
He's almost always right.
The rightest.
We got Mr. Right Wing himself, Tanner.
Whoa, what? What?
Oh, hey,
Sir.
You're super right wing, all right?
Tanner,
Officially established as of today.
What?
Tanner.
Just now,
It's a compliment.
How's it a compliment?
Haven't you heard the right wing of the king? You know,
Okay, if you're saying it that way, okay.
What's the king of bird or something?
the king's a bird. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You guys didn't see The Boy and the Heron, all right? Shout outs to Miyazaki. Rest in peace, baby. I think he's still alive, but
He is still alive.
Yes.
I can't change Tanner's nickname in Discord.
You are not changing my fucking name for that. I will remove all of your server privileges.
Oh, you got lucky. I cannot change it. All right.
You got lucky. It's his server.
We could have seen it for a glorious 2 seconds before
Angel,
all my privileges were removed.
I gave Wally kick privileges, so
Oh,
You
good.
did.
Be
You
careful.
also gave him deafen privileges.
I did.
If anyone's not going to abuse it, it's going to be Wally. Well, I bet you if he hasn't used it already, I'm going to be the first person he uses it on. Second place would be Angel. Say hi, Angel.
I'm here.
That's right. Angel's the chatterbox himself. Sometimes we need to like deafen him in Discord to shut him up because he just talks so much. All of the words.
Opinions are so radical. Sometimes we have to edit them out of the podcast. That's why you barely hear them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
no.
explanation. It's like I want to stay on Spotify if I could, please. So Angel, if you could tone it down today, that'd be great.
Yeah, we're still looking for sponsors.
We're still, yeah.
Please, if anyone's listening.
Which?
Doesn't matter what it is, all right?
Yeah,
You want-
Hey,
you want us
Manscaped,
to-
hit us up.
Manscaped. Well, I think we're aiming a little high there, Cade.
Hey,
Shadow Legends.
I'll take it.
Hey, Raid Shadow Legends, if you're out there, I am available. I give my email out at the end of every podcast episode and sometimes in the middle of the episode. And very rarely do I give it at the beginning of the episode like I am now, animapodcast@gmail.com. So hit us up if you want to, work on a deal. Hey, you want to make a special Shadow Legend? Is that what they're called in the? I've never played Raid Shadow Legends.
Again.
I've played it so many times, Raid Shadow Legends. I would be the perfect ambassador for you.
There we go. Specifically hit up
the
Cade.
right tone and everything.
I
Yes, you
did.
But boys, we're not here to talk about Raid Shadow Legends. No. We are here to talk about anime, specifically anime that we have been reviewing for the mid-season review. All right, take 3 episodes of the anime of the week, and we discuss it, review it, pass it on or fail it, and then we get back to it at the end of season review. Why am I getting so hype? Let's go ahead and just jump in to Chained Soldier, boys. All in this hoe. Watch me crank that. Watch me row. Watch me crank that soldier.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a throwback, man. Oh, remember fucking Soldier Boy? Oof.
I do.
God, that takes me back.
Remember when he created his own gaming console?
No.
I mean, he just slapped his name onto like
Oh, of
one of those
course,
Chinese. Yeah. All right, boys.
What a
So
thing to tie your name to, though.
Chained Soldier, an anime that is on a high dive
Yes.
for a reason. If you look at the rating on my anime list, it is R plus with the caption mild nudity.
R+ for not censored.
And to be honest, mild might be not a good description of
Feel like
the
it's
amount of
fairly
nudity.
mild.
You say, yeah, I mean, look, man,
It's nipple.
there's bulges,
nipple.
there's nipple, there's crack, like you see some things.
Sure.
Chained Soldier boys, does anyone have a strong opinion one way or another about Chained Soldier? Tanner, I know you were reading the manga.
I read the manga.
I want to hear the
before the show
manga
comes out.
perspective real quick.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Let's hear from Tanner. I want to hear from his side first.
it feels like essentially the same plot, and so like it's fine. But honestly, the biggest downside is that the manga just looks so much better. The quality of the artwork in the manga is top tier. And the quality of the animation in the anime is definitely not that. It definitely feels like it was made by like a B team or something like that. Sometimes the animation isn't quite smooth. A lot of the time there isn't a huge amount of detail. And so for me, coming from reading the manga, that was the biggest downside to me, was like, it doesn't look as good. But like, I mean, otherwise, it's kind of the same. But then again, I feel like that takes away a lot of what makes it good. Because why are you there? You're there to look at it. Let's be honest.
You're not there for the plot?
You're not there for the plot. Don't lie to yourself.
So, are we all in agreement this is like a smut show?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's definitely the warning that you got to give when recommending this show to someone, if you were inclined to recommend. Angel, you watched 2 episodes. What's your opinion there?
You only watched 2?
Yeah, you only watched
2, 10.
Oh, okay.
I watched them when they first came out, and then kind of never picked it up.
Too afraid to watch it at work.
Now what?
No.
No, he says.
This one I can watch at work just fine. All right,
right,
let's get that straight. There's some other
Sure,
ones I
sure.
can't.
Now, the plot of the show very much makes it so that when the shit that other people
True.
shouldn't be is
Yes.
coming.
True.
I can watch this in the break room and not be scared. I know when to tilt the phone.
Angel like slumps way down in his chair. The phone's like practically facing the ground.
There's definitely like a smut indicator, I guess. It's like certain scenarios or when it comes out. Although, yeah, I don't know. Episode 3, like it happens like directly after like the big fight there. I don't know. I kind of like this show. and Tanner, I don't.
No way.
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to when you say like the animation's not like I mean, look, it's nothing special by any means. But
Look.
I didn't think it looked that bad.
It's not terrible
This-
by any means.
It's
No, I think
It just
saying
does
not
not-
terrible.
animation.
It just does
Decent.
not live up to the amazing art quality of the manga. That's all it really is.
Tanner's turned into one of those manga.
Yeah, for real.
One of
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah, one of those guys. Yeah, becoming right wing has really gone to his head.
Damn.
No, yeah, I don't know if I personally had any complaints watching this. I was pretty entertained all the way through. But there's nothing special about it, man. I just it's a fun watch. I think it's fun. Yeah.
To be honest, I was more invested in the manga. I feel like your imagination allows the lines to flow a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
At times, I felt like it was a little stiff feeling. Not like egregiously, but just a bit.
I could definitely
Yeah,
see
I
myself
know.
being more okay with the manga. I feel like I'd enjoy it a little bit more. But I'm gonna get into my notes real quick. Do you want pros or cons first?
Yeah, whichever
Give us the
your heart desires.
What'd you say, Angel?
The cons.
Cons.
Cons? Bro, what is up with all the BDSM this season? We've gotten so much fucking angel
But this is good
Uh,
BDSM though.
the angel dances with the devil or something like that, right?
This is the
True.
BDSM you want to watch.
And then we've got the fucking the one I liked from last episode.
You liked one last episode?
It was good, but also not good.
What?
Oh, Sign of Affection. All of the BDSM from Sign
All
of
of the
Affection.
BDSM, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, I'm going back. I'm going back.
Magical girls? That
Yes.
was-
Oh,
Yes.
gushing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gushing.
you're right.
All right, and then this one isn't.
Wait.
really a
That was a con?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's so subjective,
Dang.
though.
I thought Cade was a very big BDSM kind of
Bro,
guy.
bro.
Maybe I got him wrong.
Too much,
Maybe I
too
saw him
much,
differently.
too much. All right,
Too much.
too much.
Cade's like, this ain't BDSM. This ain't good BDSM.
That's right.
That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah. Not
I don't
good
know. It's
BDSM.
I thought it was pretty good BDSM.
This isn't really a con, but it's not really a pro either. They introduced the other main characters really early on, all at the same time. Just basically full names like listed next to the characters. I don't really like that. I'd rather learn the characters as I get to know them, right? Like, sure, like how since we just talked about it, I'm thinking of gushing right now. So you know how they introduced um the second girl,
Ah,
like is it the third episode? I think so. Instead of just bunching them up together from the very beginning, I liked having a couple episodes where it was just the main character, and you got to spend a little bit of time with them before moving on to the other character and their relationship. This one, it kind of just shoves the main characters in. You don't get to really know them, at a time. Until the next episode, right? Which I mean, it wasn't really a con, but that's not really my preference of how to do it. So
totally. I
put
will
it in
say
con.
this, Cade. I will say this. I don't mind it at all, for the sole reason that reminded me of like the classic like 80s 90s like
I'd have to
hero
do that back.
movies. Like think of like the A-Team, where it's like 5 seconds into the movie, it's just like character doing something, about and then boom, like fucking I don't know. I don't remember
Here's
any
my
of the
son.
I know
yeah.
what you mean.
You know what I'm talking about, right? And so
I guess
for that
if
reason,
like
I feel like
I don't know,
it's kind
I
of
don't know.
because this is kind of a militaristic kind of feeling.
Yeah, I was gonna say when the whole part of the show is like they're essentially some sort of like military squad. How else are they gonna introduce them slowly, right? Like she brings them back to their like base.
Well, okay, here's the
You're
thing.
gonna meet.
I'll give you an example right here and right now, right? So main character, right, the guy meets the girl because she saves him. Let's pretend that maybe she's the only one on duty in that area, right? So the other girls are maybe patrolling different areas, or maybe one of them's at the base at home. Who knows? Just throwing out an idea. Then once they sign their accord, they go back to the base, right? And one of them's staying there at the moment. So he walks in the door, he sees her, and they have that little introduction moment. All right, next episode, one of them just come back is stopping by from school. Who knows? I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there. Just a possible way of doing it. But I think my biggest issue with the way that they did it, not really the fact that they showed them up all at the same time. I mean, yes, I didn't particularly like that, but it was just the fact that they showed literally all their names on a single screen next to their heads. Like, it was just, for example, with the A-Team, right? You have those single moment shots, 5-second shots where they're, each one is doing something, right? And then it shows it has like a split second where it just shows their name, right? And then it moves on to the next character, and there's another 5-second clip, and then it shows their name. It's individual like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, felt a little weird to me. But anyways, there's so much CG. There's so much CG. When the main fights and the main characters are CG, God, it really ruins it for me, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not think the CG was that bad.
The CG isn't that bad. Don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the better CGs that I've seen. But when it's consistent like that, especially for the main fights, right? that's when it gets me. I'm okay with it sometimes when it's like, the enemies are CG, right? But when the main character is a CG as well, man, I'm tired of it. Like it's not appealing to me. In my last con, it's just humiliation fetish, man. I thought it was going to be more than that, and it's not.
Yeah, the CG fights are a little less than thrilling, but at least visually. But I feel like, as I said, this isn't like A tier anime. Like I don't want to say studio necessarily, but like
It's definitely not that either.
sure. But like I don't remember what studio it is, which is why I just didn't want to make an
Seven
assumption.
arcs.
All right, you want my pros?
But I feel like they're absolutely having to, make some shortcuts.
For sure. And I will give it credit right here. They didn't make the girl who can transform into a giant. Remember her fight scene with the giant monster?
Yeah,
They didn't make her CG.
That's fair.
You know what? That's
they didn't. Yeah.
they could have, and that would have been super fucking weird. But I'll take it.
Now,
That would've
Cade,
been
I
bad.
did want to confirm this before I said anything,
What?
but and I'm sending a screenshot. They did
See,
the
this
same
is-
thing in the manga.
This is different though. They do it individually. You see what I'm saying?
Sure. I mean, it's one panel though, or
Yes,
not one panel. It's one page.
but this is essentially the same thing as like the A Team. Thank you for the great comparison, by the way, Kevin. That was perfect. So, if you imagine it, right? If just looking at this panel, right? If this was an anime, it really is a man. Stop. Himari Izuma. Moving on to the next 5 seconds. I'm from an all-girls high school, so I never had a proper chance to look at a man. It's fun. It's kind of fun. Stop. Shushu Suruga. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not just this a single panel where it's a car full of girls and then it's just names plastered around them,
That's fair. That is fair. And that's also part of the reason why, I mean, I'm not trying to be any manga elitist, but I do think that it leaves a lot more room for like your imagination to run with it.
I don't think calling yourself a manga elitist is fair, and especially in some circumstances like this, there are always going to be cases where the manga just does it better, and I'm always up to see those differences. So thank you for providing this. It is nice to see that they did it differently in the manga. All right, so do you want more pros?
Sure.
All right. The opening wasn't bad. I accidentally listened to the entire thing.
Yeah, it is good. I like the opening.
Yeah.
The CG, like I said, isn't bad. Especially with the monsters. The frame rate of the CG, I'd say, is appropriate. I'm not sure how the best to word that. It just didn't seem out of place, I guess.
Not too stiff, but also not like moving so fucking fast. So
Exactly.
This is unnatural.
Exactly. I thought her slave power was justified super well, right? In the sense that it's not straightforward. It's not just, hey, I get to make you my slave and we do sexual stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a power. So, for example, when she was doing this on monsters, the monsters would help her out, and in turn, they would get rewarded meat because that's what they wanted, right? And it just so happens that this guy, he wants that, you know? And so, you know, it kind of just makes sense in the context. And I was worried that one or both of them would just be openly huge perverts the entire the show, you know? Some shonens like to do that.
Yeah, it's more of like an inner desire vibe.
Yes, yes, exactly. And I do appreciate that. It's very annoying to have that over the top sexual character, you know? Um well, I don't know why I wrote this, but there's in parentheses PL hot sauce in this somewhere.
What does that mean?
Plot sauce in this somewhere. Oh, because I actually kind of like the plot. I enjoyed there was something about the oh there's an organization that's not known on the other side, right? In Mato, is that the name of the
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
that dimension, yeah.
Yeah. So there's another society in Mato that's not society, organization in Mato that's working against them. And there's a connection between, you know, the main character and who we are assuming is the sister of him, right? And she's a demon or whatever. So I can really appreciate that. I was again with stuff like this, I'm always worried that it's just very one-dimensional, two-dimensional, sorry. You know, there's no real story. It's just meant to be fetish bait. And so when they do give us plot, it's always nice, especially when the plot is interesting. So you know, I can give it props for that. But I think another thing that I wanted to say is that I had pretty decent hopes going into it, especially after the first episode. When they displayed her power and the way it works, I was really interested because I was like, okay, you know, it's BDSM, it's master slave. Okay, cool. And then they made it clear that, you know, if the slave does something, he gets a reward of equal proportion. So there's a give and take, right? And not only, you know, does that have to be maintained, it's against her will, right? She has to do it. And so even though, you know, it's embarrassing, it's also embarrassing for both of them because she's like, I don't really want to do this, but I have to, you know? And so you know, like, I can appreciate that, right? There's, you know, both sides of it. It's not just sexual. It's like, you know, it is essential to her power. But then the second episode came, and that's when it became clear that this is very much just humiliation, right? The guy's always getting, you know, taunted. He's always being blackmailed and teased, and he has to strip for the blonde girl. Yeah, just a God. I had high hopes going into this because, you know, it seemed like there was more to it than just, you know, just the humiliation. It seemed like there was focus on the master slave thing without, you know, the humiliation. And I thought that was cool. But yeah, they kind of ruined it.
Now, Kate, I will tell you, there is more to it. Maybe not in the first 3 episodes, but I've read a fair bit of it. I haven't like I don't know. Actually, I'm not certain if it's ongoing or not. But I'm not like caught up or anything. But I've read a fair bit, and it goes
I can
deeper
respect
into their different aspects and
I
how
can
things work.
yeah, I can respect BDSM when it's give and take, you know, when there's like, you know, a clear I get something out of it and you get something out of it kind of thing. But what I don't respect humiliation fetish. I'm sorry. It's just it's so bad. You know. Yeah.
I'm actually look. I don't want to stay too much on the conversation of fetishes, but
You don't
I'm
kink
actually
shame on the Any
I'm
Anime
not
podcast.
yeah, but I'm actually not sure what you're referring to with like the humiliation fetish stuff.
So
Is it episode 2 when she's like on him with her foot?
well, there's
Or are we
that.
talking about?
Yes.
Or are we
but
talking
then
about how the
there's-
girl is bullying the guy?
It's all of it, right? The second episode, I mean, is nothing but
I mean, I find it hard to.
he's being sat on, right? He's being stripped. He's
okay.
being made fun of for his tiny dick.
At first.
For sure, yeah. He's being blackmailed because she took the picture of him, kind of standing over the hot springs.
Okay. So this you're talking more like this is intended for audiences with humiliation fetish then.
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that statement.
I don't
but,
agree
I mean,
because I don't
Because you know
identify
more.
as such. Well, I was gonna say, I also don't. I don't have that kink, and so.
and he's read the manga.
But I still like enjoyed reading it. It wasn't like, I don't know. I didn't get the exact same vibe. But that's just me, Kate.
Maybe they just did it too much then. Because I mean, that second episode, man, it was nothing but, and especially because like of how the first episode went, like where she was embarrassed too. That was interesting to me because it wasn't just the guy, right?
Cade wants this the.
Bro, I just want an equal. I just want.
And let me tell you, Cade.
Wait. What did you say?
They're not plot. I said plot. Like it's more than just naked girls, right? To be completely honest, the way I read the manga was like, oh, here's some cool stuff. Here's like actual plot development happening, character interactions, all that. When it came time for like the reward system, I turn off the plot judgment part of my brain. It's just there to be visually enjoying, at least how I read it.
Yeah. I can see how that happens, but especially I don't remember if it was the second episode or the third episode when he's getting stepped on in the crotch. There is crucial lore being spoken during that. If they had taken,
You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
if they separated the fan service moments from the lore, that would be completely fine. I could just kind of turn my brain off during the fan service and just have a peepo pog time with the lore, because I actually kind of enjoy the lore. Yeah. But instead they mix it together, and I think that's where I'm getting turned off.
Fair. Now, Cade, that scene specifically is weak sauce. To be completely frank. It didn't reach a point for me where I was like, it didn't cross the turn off brain threshold, I guess. I don't know exactly how to describe it, but there's so much better fucking scenes if you're looking for like, the sauce that
Look.
I didn't
all I'm
like
saying, the first sauce,
way.
the first sauce in the first episode was the best sauce of the show by far. She's getting on top of him and then just making out. Oh, so good.
There's more, Cade.
Yeah, but like being stepped on and stuff like that. Yeah. CBT
For me,
not fun.
There's not. I feel
it's
like
definitely subjective.
the degrading stuff
Hey, I mean,
is
tell me what your
not
kinks
as
are without telling me.
common
You know what I'm saying?
as hey, we don't kink shame on the anime.
Yeah, are you?
I do.
Yeah,
I do for
it's
sure.
not allowed.
I do. I don't respect people with that.
Damn, what the fuck?
No, straight up. Like, yeah, I just don't respect people who have the humiliation fetish. I'm sorry.
Okay. Either way, there, the humiliation stuff is not like a hugely main aspect of it. Like it does show up again.
It's only 49%.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you. The getting stuff done with the foot, I thought was more of a foot fetish thing than anything else.
oh, the way they draw it, it's absolutely that, Kevin.
Well, the taking off,
Especially with the stockings and all
taking off the
that, it's
stockings for sure.
absolutely.
Foot fetish.
So
But
that's what I'm trying to get at. Is I don't know.
Stomping is different.
Because you call it a humiliation fetish, but the only humiliation that happens really in my head is the bullying. And the bullying is like very much a product of the society of like men being second-class citizens and these girls like having no respect for him.
That
right?
is
But I'm looking at this from an objective point of view, like the entire anime.
Right,
then,
right.
right?
Wait. You're trying to use an objective point of view about a subjective topic. You know what I mean? Like the humiliation. I mean,
But
you can say it's humiliation.
in which case, the entire anime is bad. Right?
Well,
I mean, like that's my point. Either I look at it from that point of view, or I look at each individual scene, and like I'd rather not contribute it to the society of the anime.
Oh, it's absolutely part of this. I mean, that's kind of part of the lore that we were talking about, right? That the men just like they don't get any of the powers, and women are the ones in charge, and they're all the leaders, and they're all the heroes, and that like, these girls go to like all girls school, so they have like zero interaction with boys, and like that's all a part of this world. And there's clearly like a power trip with the Shushu or what do they call her in the show? Is it Suruga?
well, she's Shushu. That's really what they call her.
Okay, yeah. So like for me, I didn't have a problem with it personally. Just I don't see it as a like humiliation fetish.
What would you see it as then?
Well, I would just say it's bullying. But the character's not like enjoying it. It's just like
so
it's
he's
just
being
plot,
humiliated. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, but you're taking it in a sexual way. That's why I'm distinguishing between the two words: a non-sexual bullying and a sexual bullying in terms of his enjoyment. Right? He's not enjoying any of the shushu stuff.
Sorry. Okay, I think we're getting a little confused
He's talking
here.
about stepping on the crotch.
No. I'm saying
no?
like this entire
he's saying
anime
that, he's saying as a collective
humiliation fetish bait essentially.
Right.
Yeah. So like it's
and that's what I'm trying to fight against.
It's kind of pointed at people who are into that.
I would disagree.
See, look.
Personally,
We let's leave it here. The Cade took away that, right? That it's humiliation. He doesn't like it. I don't agree. And
I just feel like you can do the BDSM stuff, right?
You can.
Master, slave, domination. You can even do domination, foot fetish. I mean, you can do all that stuff, right? Without the humiliation, but it seems to permeate through the entire show, and that's where I'm having an issue.
Look, and that's a personal issue. So we'll just leave it there. We're good on the fetish talk. Let's go ahead.
He's had enough.
And talk about whether we're going to pass or fail this show.
I don't feel like watching anymore.
Okay.
I think I'm done. Tanner's made the manga sound more interesting. If I'm bored,
I would rather read
if I'm
it as well.
bored, I might read it. Just because I am kind of interested in the plot.
I
And
do
he's-
genuinely
yeah.
believe the manga is better.
So I'm gonna say fail, but I don't know, maybe a soft pass on the manga.
Tanner?
Like saying go read it. I need time to deliberate. Pass.
I mean, saying
now.
go read. I think saying go read it is a perfectly fine alternative there.
Like, yeah. Give your opinion first, and then I'll follow up.
I was not personally going to pass it. This, I can admit that I think its ceiling is a C tier anime, and so I'm trying to be better about like not passing what I think are going to be like ceilings, like are not that high. So for that reason, I'm failing it. But again, like right now, if I were to rank it, it'd be in the C tier pretty easily. You know, I definitely enjoyed what I watched, but not to the point of I need to watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm.
I would probably not as well. And that's based on the fact that I would not ever, I wouldn't choose to continue watching it, and I would choose to continue reading it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I have no interest in watching more, but I've read way past this point.
Mm-hmm.
And like you, Kevin, I do feel like there's like that ceiling that you're talking about where it's at this level, but unless they really pulled off some wild shit, it probably wouldn't surpass that. So I'm going to say the same.
Okay. So Chained Soldier, not moving on. A soft recommend to humiliation lovers, according to Kate.
Hey man, yeah, there's
It's your thing. This is for you.
exactly niche for everyone.
Would recommend as a guilty pleasure read.
Yeah.
Okay, when they hit you with panels like this is where you're disappointed in the quality of the show, when the quality of the art is just so
now
good.
Media manager. Make sure you post this on Twitter too. All right.
That's true.
Submit to the podcast. Submit to your anime gods. We tell you what is good and what is not.
That's right.
Actually, I would like to. Tanner, do you have Adobe? You have Photoshop?
I do.
Fucking, you need to put underneath submit. You gotta put to the AAP. That has to happen. I will post it.
Okay.
Post haste.
I will be working on that while we're talking. Then.
All right. Tanner, I don't think I got your. I haven't fingered your pulse yet. Did you watch Level 99 Villainess?
I actually didn't, and it's purely a consequence of being so incredibly exhausted this week at work because we've been
I understand.
early shifts, and
It
so
sounds like a skill issue.
Angel, I can't operate on as little sleep as I used to be able to. It just doesn't work anymore.
Not watching on your lunch breaks? Shit.
No. Coworkers want to sit and hang out, which is fine. You know, I'm perfectly cool with that. But it does mean that I don't get to watch stuff.
For me, I'm like, you want to
having friends at work.
I need my me time. I need my me time. Especially since I'm in a position at work where I talk to so many people, like constantly, requesting things or just like, just working with them directly. Like, I'm peopled out. I go to my car, recharge my battery, watch some anime.
There are days like that for me as well. But
how about lives like that? Have you had a life like that?
What?
That's right. Welcome to the life of an introvert. Let's fucking go.
Oh my god, Kevin went with the
Anyways, so that was our introduction to Villainous Level 99. We'll go ahead and do that next, even though it is technically higher than Dungeon Meshi. But I just want the last anime to be the one that we're all.
Is it higher than Dungeon Meshi?
It is higher than Dungeon Meshi.
Damn. All right.
Oh, it was.
Well,
Sorry. I should make sure that people know that these rankings that we had were snapshotted on week 4, and right now we're on like week what, like 8. So, it may not be higher than Dungeon Meshi anymore. I don't know. I don't keep up with the rankings until the end of season, personally.
Mm-hmm.
But Villainess Level 99 is the next show we're going to be talking about, and we have Angel, who is actually able to talk about a show. So, Angel, start us up, tee us up. What you got?
Well, for starters, I am a manga reader.
He is a manga reader.
I am not caught up on the manga. I kind of lost it. Maybe 70 chapters in.
Holy shit! That's a solid read in.
Yes, I very much read into it. I say 70, but it's probably more like 40 or something.
Okay. All right.
Do I even have anything?
Do you have opinions?
Yes. If you're debating on whether you want to watch it or read it, watch it. Definitely a better experience watching it. I would say.
Interesting.
It's not like the one we were just talking about. What was it called?
Chain Soldier.
Chain Soldier. It's not like Chain Soldier where it has like amazing quality in like certain panels.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be missing anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Now, any opinion on how the actual like plot and or like animation of the show?
I found the first episode to be kind of a drag, but I feel like that's just because they're.
That's because it was kind of a fake out.
Yeah, but I already knew.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
So I found the first episode to be a drag, but after that, once like the show gets rolling a little bit, the character was pretty enjoyable to watch. Would I pass the show for me? Yes.
Damn, just out with it, huh?
Outright yes.
Usually we ask like at the end.
No, I already passed it. All right, you had me talking. I veto all of you.
All right. So note to self: Angel's always the last speaker, no matter what.
Yes, I should be because I don't know where to start, where to go. There's no meat here,
There's no meat.
Kevin, go ahead and give us your opinion.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Let me add on to yours better.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. When oh shit, the mosquito. Ah, damn it. I'm not gonna lie to you. When that episode started and the pink hair girl is like out, and then they have the really peppy like intro. What the fuck? First of all, I double checked to make sure I actually clicked on the right show because I was like,
yep, I did the same exact thing.
The black haired girl wasn't there for like the first 20 minutes of the show, and
Kevin, when you said fake out, I was so confused on what you meant, but I was like, yeah. Now I understand. Okay?
Now you get it.
Yeah. I'm like, what fake out is he talking about?
So they literally like have a completely separate intro just for the first episode. That's what extra threw me off. Or I'm like, because she does the thing where she gets to the school gate and she has to like climb over, and then I think the intro plays sometime after that. I was like, am I really watching the right show? I might have misclicked. And I'm like, no, this is the show. Okay. All right. I just kept watching, and then finally Emilia gets introduced. And I will say that this show would be, I mean, let's be real. It already exists in 200 different ways with the like Villainess at a school formula. But mosquito's back. God damn it. Oh wait, I got this. Fuck. Okay. And sorry guys. This thing's been biting me and my girlfriend for the last 2 days. So I need some revenge. So yeah, Emilia shows up And I'm not gonna lie to you, I love this girl. I loved like I will admit kuderes, which are like kind of the emotionally like neutral characters, like they're just constant, just like blank face, no emotion. I love those. I love that archetype. Quite frankly, it is one of my favorite archetypes.
Kevin's talked
And
about this before.
and she is. It's not number one, and it's probably not top three
Like, if she
archetype.
had blue hair, it'd be.
Yeah, Kevin,
calm down.
you can't
Calm
deny that's
down.
false. You can't deny it.
That's not true. I'm not even a blue hair supremacy kind of guy.
Right,
Are
you're a
you
little
sure?
sister supremacist.
No, I'm
Yeah,
a silver.
he is.
I'm a silver-haired supremacist.
Okay.
This is. This
Kevin has a
I've been
point.
very consistent on
Tanner,
this.
you back me up on this one, right?
No,
Guys,
Kevin's right,
wait.
but
Here's
he
the other
does
thing.
support the blue hair girls a lot.
I do support the blue hair girls because I feel sorry for them. That doesn't mean they're my favorite. All right.
It's a pity. Like,
It is a little bit of pity.
Rooting for the underdog, huh?
I mean, look. At one point, my Discord name was "Pink Girls Always Win."
that is
with
true.
with Shikamori as my thumbnail. Like, come on, really? I'm known as the blue-haired guy around these parts. I don't know who told you that. It wasn't me.
Bring up blue hair girls quite often. I think that's really
because
what
I feel bad for them. How many times do I say it? They don't get enough love from the shows that they're in. I gotta give them it. All right, that's all that's happening. All right, enough about the blue hair girls. So Yumilia is just she's a bundle of joy for me. You know, I really enjoy her presence. There are the moments where she is literally like kicking people's shit in emotionally, right? Like with the prince who's trying to expel her and the principal, right? And those moments are nice. Those moments are nice to witness. And if I were to say anything about the show, it is that I watch it just to root for Yumilia and not really much else, because the plot is pretty standard. It's your standard like otome game isekai. It's not like going to be. I don't see this anime approaching A tier at all. I do kind of see potential for maybe a little B tier in there. I didn't think the magic animations were bad, especially when the dark magic's involved. I think is really nice to see. Yeah. I think that's my opinion on level 99. Kate, you have the floor, sir.
Pros or cons?
Whichever.
No preference, Tanner Angel?
Give me some cons first.
This is your guys'
Cons
conversation. Go however you feel.
First thing I wrote, holy shit, that is the worst CG I have seen in actual decades, and the fucking driver looks like he was added in last minute. Stop letting anime with no budgets add horse-drawn carriages. It never looks decent.
That is true.
It was terrible.
Good thing art isn't the prime aspect of the show, you know?
For sure. Second thing, horrible way to start an anime. I stopped the video because I thought I was watching the wrong show based on the title displayed in the OP. Then once I realized why the confusion was there, I was just fidgeting in boredom because I knew I had to wait until the last 10 minutes of the episode to actually, quote unquote, begin the anime.
It's true.
And my last con is main character as a kid had a head the same size as her body. It was pretty rough.
Wow.
Hey man, that was pretty. It's pretty fucking weird. But anyways, I love this show.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, I was not
Yeah.
expecting that.
This is my.
I would say.
I feel like I've already said this about a Villainess show that we've done this season. I don't remember which one, or maybe it was last season, but this is my favorite Villainous show so far.
Mm.
I mean, I guess if you're no, I don't remember actually. Never mind.
Are you thinking about the lesbian one from last season?
Which one was that?
The one with the lesbians?
No.
How did that help?
Vampire, right? The vampires. No, definitely.
No. That wasn't the vampires. Okay. That didn't help. It didn't help.
Oh my god, that's funny.
That would have been funny if that helped. Okay.
The concept is cute. You got your typical Villainess, but she fucked up early on, and it's been haunting her at every turn. Right? So she realizes very early on, that she's the villainess of the story, but she makes it very clear from the very beginning. She's like, okay, I have to prevent myself from dying. I need to make sure I don't stand out, just live my regular life. But she's also like, man, I should level up or I should train myself just in case, so I don't just automatically die.
Mm-hmm.
Trains way too fucking much, doesn't realize it. By the time she gets to school, she's level 99, right? Fantastic. Love that. Because now from now on, she's like, oh shit, I fucked up. Now everyone, dislikes me. God, I can't remember where episode 3 ends.
It ends with
I'm fully caught up.
The what?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. It
I'm caught up
ends
too.
it ends with Alicia asking her if she's the demon lord.
Right. So yeah, just like constantly being, under suspicion because she's over leveled and like just terrifying essentially.
Yeah.
People think she cheated when when she's examined in the very beginning. They hate her for her power and her looks as well, right? She's dark hair. People think that's
Right.
evil. And same with her magic, right? Dark magic is evil. So she's just got all of these things, going against her essentially. But normal villainous, right? Normal villainous shows would have like the main romance interests, right?
Mm.
Would turn
Oh,
their
I
back
see what
on
you're saying.
the main girl and go after her instead.
Right.
This one does
right.
not do that, and they stick very much to their guns.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. I appreciate the fact that they stayed, true to the quote unquote game that they're in, right? I don't know how much to say about this one, but I'm enjoying it a lot. This is definitely a pass for me.
I actually did not expect this.
I hate the
this-
animation. It's a fucking crime.
Oh yeah, no,
It's a crime that this show did not have a budget.
the
It is
CG
so
definitely
sad.
bad. It is definitely bad.
No, I mean just even the regular animation. It's
I think
so
some of the
bare
magic
bones.
scenes were nice.
It's
Okay,
so
yeah,
bare
it
bones.
is. I can agree with that. I can't agree with that.
Even I mean just
That-
the regular scenes of like just a person walking is so choppy.
Mm.
And like their mouths when they're talking, like their heads don't move and it's just the same mouth position opening and closing. There's no it's frustrating. I cannot believe a show with this good plot has no budget.
Yeah. I do see that. 100%. This is from Studio Jumondo, which is a studio that has basically not done anything else, except for they helped with Ori Emo a little bit.
Goated show.
Goated show. So knowing that the animation quality being what it is there's an explanation for that. But even without the budget, I feel like there's a vibe that they capture that is like really really consistent and you know, it keeps you from being bored. You know what I mean? Like there's just a vibe with the show, and that might just be more of a credit to the source material. But I mean, I'm digging the show. I'm digging the show. So I think that's a group pass right there, right?
Group pass.
Group pass. I do think this is better than the Villainess show that we passed last season, which is the one with the lesbians. It's the one where the girl like makes a bunch of
shows.
I know. I'm trying to refresh Kate's memory here. It's the one with the blonde girl with like she's like the classic villainess kind of like oh, you know what I mean?
Right, right. You're right. Yep.
Yeah. It's better than that one for sure. So that's yeah. Villainous level 99. The pass for the end of season. We're gonna review the whole thing. Will we do the same for Dungeon Meshi, also known as Delicious in Dungeon, the Netflix exclusive anime?
I'm going first this time.
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna do pros first.
Oh.
First of all, this show is fucking amazing. Beautifully drawn and animated. The food dishes look delicious, and there's even some character growth thrown in, which I mean I love. I also wrote. I called her the elf. I called her Marciella. Is that her name?
Marcel, yeah. Marcel.
Marcel, thank you. I said, it's okay, Marcel. We love you for your quirkiness. And that was based on the second episode where she's like fucking breaking down because she feels like she's not useful. The vibes are very wholesome and lighthearted.
Yes.
Just some dudes eating some suspicious meat for the first time, drinking the juices and everything. You know what I'm saying?
What's better than this?
Drinking meat juice. That's nothing better. And that's all I got for pros. For cons, this is a long list, but it's basically one con. Yeah, pretty much. The first episode's vibe was I didn't enjoy, and I had to kind of do some soul searching to figure out why. The following is my conclusion. Death seems very loosely defined right now. There's a lot to it at this point in time, but the crux of it seems to be that, one, you can be revived if certain conditions are met. 2, these conditions include, but are not limited to, whole and undigested. And 3, there's a chance of a rebound if the conditions are not met and you try to revive them. As of right now, we have some clue as to the state of the guy's sister. I should probably clarify real quick. So the first episode, they lose. The team loses a fight against a dragon because they got too hungry. They were starving essentially. The sister gets eaten, but right before she does, she teleports everyone else out of the dungeon. And so the whole driving force behind this anime is that they're going back to rescue the sister.
But with no money.
So they have to eat monsters down there to survive. Now, as of right now, we have some clues as to the state of the guy's sister. She is not whole. Last we saw, she appeared to be folded in half in the jaws of a dragon. 2, she will be a percentage digested depending on how long they take. We've already seen that a potentially dangerous revival, right, looks like a regular corpse. Sorry. Remember how in the second episode, one of the plants spits out the dead guy?
Yeah.
Very, very undigested, in my opinion. Right? I mean, his skin's still there. His clothes hadn't even digested. Right? The only thing that made him look like a corpse was just the fact that he was a little gray. Right? And she was going to revive him, but basically the guy was like, hey, no, don't do that. There's a risk for rebound. He's already partially digested. So taking that into consideration, right? Actually, I'll add more information real quick. The plant that killed the guy was not a slow digester due to its activity. Right? Can we agree on that? The dragon's a slow digester because it sleeps for a month at a time.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And so, it's a slow digester because of that. Whereas the plant, it's very active, so it digests a lot faster. So it's, taking that into consideration, that guy had been killed in the past, maybe day at max, right?
Yeah.
His clothes hadn't even melted yet. If that is dangerous, if that's a dangerous revival, and his and he hadn't even been digested yet, right? The guy's sister wouldn't last more than a week at max. So my issue with the first episode's vibe is that the driving force is to get them, get to the sister as fast as possible. But there's no rush. I feel like they're taking way too much time, right? Trying this new experience, right? You just don't have the time to sit down and make these giant meals, right? You gotta go save your sister. I mean, she's the longer you take. I mean, the more dangerous it is for the revival, right? If that guy had been digested just a little bit and it was dangerous to revive him, how fast do you have to, revive someone, right? Does that make sense?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So the fact, I love that, Tanner. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, just I feel like if they had changed the very beginning, maybe be like, damn, we were facing off against the last boss of the dungeon, and we all fucking lost because we were starving. But right before we all fucking died, my sister teleported us out, including herself or something. I don't know. But we still need to go down there and beat the final boss or something, right? Like we still have to go down there, but this time we need to make sure that we don't run out of food, and that's how they get started on this whole we need to eat monsters. That would make more sense because they're not rushing now. Like, yes, they need to kill the boss as fast as possible, but it's not like someone's life depends on it. Does that make sense? Am I talking crazy?
No, you're not.
So yeah, just the first episode's vibe was just weird to me, but as soon as they went into the second episode, I felt like they'd switched the vibe completely to match that of they're just having fun. They're just, having fun experiencing these new things that they hadn't before. And It was fun. But yeah, overall, fucking loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a pass for me.
Yeah. What you think, Tanner?
Oh, I really liked it. The one thing that actually, I don't know, I guess it shouldn't necessarily be surprising since it is Studio Trigger, but like considering the premise of the show, the animation was surprisingly very good. Like they went hard on it at points. And I have seen like a clip or two from Further Ahead. I haven't watched Further Ahead, but I've seen a clip or two from Further Ahead. And goddamn, that animation, man. Yeah, I mean, really, I think Cade hit a lot of the points I did. I forget. There was one of the critical points that I didn't feel the same way. I forget what it was because I was honestly focusing on doing the photoshopping.
That's one does.
But
Damn, Tanner, I only had one critical point.
what was your critical point?
With the
Fuck.
sister. The sister. We don't need to go
Oh,
back.
the
God damn it, nobody was paying attention.
digested.
I knew I
physics
wasn't making
being
any sense.
digested.
God
Kid,
damn
I
it.
remember now.
You were making sense. That wasn't the issue.
Sure. And if you want to take the show in a more literal sense, sure. You know, I'm not gonna dissuade that. But I just didn't watch the show with that viewpoint, I guess. But overall, like, I have zero complaints about the show, and it's fun, lighthearted. The characters are funny. I especially like Marcille and her
Marcille is a babe.
her aversion to trying everything is so hilarious. She feels like the one normal person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, Kevin, if you were in a dungeon with all these monsters, would you want to eat random monster meat?
I mean, the mushroom looks kind of nice, but
But the mushroom's like a walking thing. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe I can relate to her in that aspect.
Not to mention you're eating the mushroom's feet, which have been all over the fucking nasty ground.
those are the you boil it, you cook it with some oil, throw in some cave moss.
Nasty.
Nasty.
I'm just saying, we've all had gummy bears.
What does that mean?
Gummy bears are made out of like collagen and stuff from like animal bones.
Yes, the gelatin in
General, yeah.
Specific, yeah.
I think if you're fine with that, you know,
That's bone. Bone's like super clean.
yeah. But you know, you don't know what animals
It's the furthest from your skin as it can get.
It's as internal as possible. I can just relate to the like, oh, what the fuck? Like, I'm absolutely not a picky eater in real life. I don't mean like real life, like as though
anime isn't real.
Look, anime is real, Kevin, and you can't tell me other. No.
I think I'm more of the persuasion of the pickpocket or whatever he is. The rogue.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense where I'm like,
Chuck.
Eating the monsters is not my first idea. But when someone cooks it up for me and serves it to me and it like looks like a legit well-made meal, I will absolutely try it. Especially if it smells good.
I think someone would have to give it to me without telling me what it was.
For sure.
And if I liked it, then I'd probably continue eating it from that point onwards. But I don't think I could start off knowing what it is.
Let me ask you
All
this.
I'm hearing is that you can't give Tanner over here some menudo.
Oh yeah.
What is in that?
I mean, look, it's not that bad. It's just intestine. That's all.
I've eaten intestine before.
Yeah. See,
that's what's on sausages. But also, like, I've had like other things I'd probably consider weirder, like tripe,
Brain.
which I'm not a huge fan of, but I've eaten it.
I'll tell
I've
you
not
what,
had
I used to
brain.
think fucking chicken heart looked fucking disgusting.
Uh-huh. Just like a little
Tastes
round-
fucking great.
Dude, you know what?
It's so good.
I fucking love, Cade, on that topic? Chicken liver.
Chicken liver, that's also pretty good. Yeah.
Fuck me up with that shit. I haven't had it in forever. But I remember like when I was a kid, my dad, when he would get like a whole chicken, he would cook it in the oven, and in the drippings tray, he'd also put the organs, right?
Yeah.
That shit was so good.
Fire.
Good stuff.
I'm passing the show.
Obviously.
Pass.
Angel?
Yes, absolutely.
No further points.
I guess I just got to give props to episode 3, the way they really went into detail with the armor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good props for sure. It's hard for me to talk about this show's specifics without like, because Claudia and I watched like a solid 5 or 6 episodes. But yeah, I remember the armor episode definitely stood out. For sure. I just couldn't remember if it was before or after the threshold. Dungeon Meshi, look, it is such a great like turn off your brain and watch show for me. Like I just, it's so gorgeous, so good. It really has all the trappings of a trigger anime without any of like the stress or anxiety that comes from like a trigger anime plot. So that's nice for a change. It's one of those things where I don't want to sound negative or anything, but it's one of those things where I'm like, what is the ceiling for the show exactly? I think in my head it's an A tier ceiling, but like I don't know. There's something about it for me that's like,
I'd say A tier ceiling.
Maybe
I don't think it could ever
because,
be in S tier.
Yeah. Maybe because I don't know. I kind of agree with you, Kate, a little bit about the vibe being kind of weird at the beginning, and then like the shift being.
Well,
from,
yeah,
like,
that was essentially my first feeling, and I was like, why? And that's how I got into this whole tirade of like why, because I did so much soul searching, But yeah, like that first episode was a little weird.
I don't think it detracts from the quality of the show. It's just more so like, yeah, it's just a vibe. You can't explain it. It's a spiritual thing.
I know what you mean. I do get what you're saying, Kevin.
But all in all, like, there's not really much to say except like the food looks good, the art looks good. This is an easy pass. This is just an easy pass. Trigger really knocked it out of the park with this one, and I am excited when we revisit this and we talk about the fucking all of the death and gore that happens in episode 12. All right. A part of me is still a little like, it is Trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's gonna die. But yeah, easy pass.
Imagine
Boys.
this show turns into like some super dark, gritty.
Death,
Turns
I
out
literally
it's-
just went on this whole tirade of like death doesn't really mean anything right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think you got to worry about that for this one.
Let's go ahead, boys. Let's talk about next week's anime. Next
Talk
week.
about your mom. How about that?
Oh wow! All right, I
Kevin,
didn't
how's your
realize.
mom doing?
I didn't realize Muscle Man was in the chat.
That would be my mom. That'd be my mom. We're talking about
Fair enough.
your mom, right?
Fair enough.
Who else wants to know what your mom's doing?
So the 3 remaining shows we have next week The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, Dr. Elise, the Royal Lady with the Lamp, and Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable.
Already watched that one.
Which he's basically confirmed booked his appointment for next week's session of the AAP therapy session.
That's therapy.
So
I don't think I want to go to that therapy session.
Well, I feel like every time you leave the podcast discourse, you leave feeling pretty good, like you've learned something about yourself, and we just want to continue that for you, Tanner.
Thanks, Kevin.
We're trying to make this a safe space, not just for you, but for everyone,
Of course.
Where was I going with this? Right. So those are our 3 remaining shows for the week. And then the mid-season review will technically be done, but the week following, we started this last season. It's going to come back. We're going to introduce some wild cards, some shows that have shot into the top 20 since week 4. And, will they be replacing some shows? Will we just be adding them on? I don't know. You're going to have to tune in and find out. Isn't that right, Cade?
Yes, sir.
But that's still 2 weeks away. Let's go ahead and knock out Healing Magic, Dr. Elise, and Hokkaido Gals. Boys.
None of these are going to be good anyway, so we might as well just do the wild cards.
I've heard some interesting things about Healing Magic.
Yeah, that's actually the one I plan on watching for this week.
Okay.
I've seen the clip or two, and I'm like, you know what? It looks interesting enough.
Interesting.
Hokkaido Gals is better than the title makes it sound. I will say that much.
Kate, that's coming from Tanner.
Oh my God.
This guy has a humiliation fetish.
Right, Angel.
Hey, yo!
And he's right wing.
I don't respect
can you really
I
trust
don't
this
even
guy?
respect him.
This is the Bully Tanner episode.
Sorry, Tanner. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I just talked about how we're making this a safe space for you.
Oh my gosh.
In that case, can I return to making a safe space by asking if Tanner, have you watched anything this week?
No, bro. I wasn't able to watch level 99. I wasn't able to watch fucking anything.
Well, then fuck off. All right. Kate,
Get out of here, Tanner.
have you been watching anything not mid-season review related? Second Cour or something? Or other?
Yeah, hold on.
I think you talked about Apothecary last week.
I did talk about Apothecary last week. I don't think I've touched anything new.
Okay. Angel, I know you've seen Evangelion.
Yes, I only watched the first episode.
Got you on that Ava train. What you think of that intro?
Oh, it's a sick intro.
It is a sick intro.
That is the one thing that definitely stood out aside from everything else.
It's the thing that stood out. It was the tallest tree amongst the forest of tall trees.
Yeah. But this one was a different color, you know. You
Okay. I see you. Yeah, I'm actually looking very forward to hearing your thoughts and opinions on Evangelion, because I need someone else to talk about it with. Oh, and then when you get to the movie, oh boy, end of Evangelion. Just let me know. Just let me know what you think. All right, you got to keep us updated, Angel.
I got you.
Boys, I've been keeping up with Ragna Crimson. I've been watching that since a few days ago, and I caught up on the second core. Not gonna lie to you, it's sticking with me. Ragna Crimson, I think was, and it was funny because that's the show that we included because of the wild card that Kate introduced. So I'm very thankful for Ragna Crimson being introduced into my life. Kate, I just sent you a donation to your Patreon.
Thank you. Can I get a 50 gifted in my Twitch?
Look, man, only if you chug a whole bottle of oat milk in less than a minute.
I could do that.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of milk. That's a lot of milk.
You underestimate my power.
I don't think I do. I read somewhere that it's like physically impossible to drink a gallon of milk because you're like just the way it reacts with your stomach acid.
It's
oat milk
totally
might be
physically
fine, but oat milk might be fine,
possible.
but regular milk, no.
Keeping it down after, that's the tricky part.
No, I think actually like getting it down at all is part of the challenge.
Look. If I throw up halfway and then keep going,
No, that's a fail. That's a fail.
I've technically drunk the whole bottle. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know why they took away my doctor's license. I mean, yeah, I dropped the baby, but then I picked it back up. Like,
oh my gosh.
That was a weird analogy. Ragnar Crimson. That's a solid recommend, boys. I'm not gonna lie. It's a show. Because I remember when we reviewed it, Cade, those first 3 episodes, I was a little trepidatious on it. I was like, okay, it's got some potential, but I don't know if it's gonna actually like reach its potential. And then it just slowly, every episode got better. Just it's like a very consistent straight line up. And I can
hilarious because I haven't touched it since.
I know.
And I was pretty big on it in the first 3 episodes.
Dude, here's the thing I'll say, Tanner, or Cade. Also you, Tanner. You get this is a recommendation for you too.
You should listen to this too.
After episode 3, the show goes from like maybe a generous 7.5. I think it goes to a solid 8.5. You know, like it really takes a leap after episode 3, because of the there's some context that needs to be there. But so I don't want to go ahead and spoil.
Maybe I'll check that one out a little bit.
I'm just saying
before next episode.
I think you'll come away liking it. But anyways, yes, that is basically my week wrapped up. That's all of our weeks wrapped up. This mid-season review wrapped up, and guess what? This podcast episode wrapped up. As per usual, we like to plug our social medias, but hey, can I just say something real quick? We have this email. And what's the email, Tanner?
Oh, you mean anyanimepodcast@gmail.com?
That's right, anyanimepodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
And this email has not seen any action. All right? It is not the chained soldier. It's quite opposite. It's one of those cucks that is just walking out in the real world. They're not in Mato. They're not licking fingers, getting stepped on. All right? Our email has got no action like that. So if you could, please take off your stockings, metaphorically, and send us an email with your questions, comments, or concerns.
Metaphorically, or you could too.
Well, look, they gotta come off eventually, right? Like, you can't just live your whole life with stockings on forever, right? Right?
Right.
Yes.
Right. You gotta switch them out here and there.
Unless.
If you want to see some custom, I say custom. It's not. It's just you just added 3 letters to a fucking. If you want to see Tanner's custom artwork,
What did you expect it to be?
No. It's because I'm
literally
kind
did
of
exactly what you said.
I'm kind of propping it up like you did something like extremely original, but all you did was add 3 letters to an existing thing, you know.
I did more than
Which is
just
what I wanted.
add letters.
That's what I wanted. Oh yeah, you moved the period.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
So yeah, if you want to check that out, we're also on Any Anime Pod on X. Do I have that right, Tanner?
Any anime pod? Yes.
Yes
With a question mark. I don't know why I can never.
yes with an
retain
exclamation mark, Tanner.
Kevin, that's an exclamation mark because you're fucking right.
Yeah, thank you. And there, we post the episodes when they get posted on the thing. We sometimes we share a meme like I'm about to right now. It's a good time. Check it out. Any last words, boys, you want to impart on the audience?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We do really appreciate it. We've been noticing a little bit of growth recently, and we are very appreciative. Tell your friends, tell your family. We'd really like this to keep growing, So thank you for all your support, and we'd love to hear more from you guys. So please email us. Tweet us. I don't know what the X equivalent is, but
Post.
Yeah.
Terrible.
But yeah, really do appreciate it. And with that, any away.
Woo! That's damn straight, Cade. Can I get that 2-time?
No.
Can I get that 2-time?
What do you mean by that?
Just do it a second time.
Any away.
All right, cool. I feel validated.